If you are between 20 and 30, you are making a massive mistake thinking you need to save money. Seriously, stop trying to save coupons to save $50 a week. Your goal in your 20s is not to accumulate a tiny pile of cash. Your goal is to build an irreplaceable, high-value skill stack that makes you worth $500 an hour. Most people spend their 20s trying to save $500 a month instead of acquiring skills that make them worth $500 an hour. They want the dream, total freedom, a high-leverage business, and an extraordinary life. They want to build lifelong connections, own their first property, and build a real legacy. That's the goal. But you cannot save your way to that goal. You have to earn your way there. And the only way to do that is to build genuine, undeniable skill. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact blueprint I used to build a skill set that changed my life and how you can do the same. Let's look at the harsh reality. Right now, most of you are playing defense. You're trying to save a few pennies, hiding behind a laptop screen, stressed because you do not have life figured out yet. You're trading your best years for a salary you do not like, just to impress people who do not think about you at all. That's a losing game. Here's my reality. I did not start with a network or a safety net. I earned an HND in wine studies, and while I was doing it, I worked 4 12-hour shifts a week in an off license just to fund it and fund my life. And I'm not in the wine industry now, but I never regret a single hour of it because the skills transfer. Reading people across a counter, handling pressure on your feet for 12 hours straight, learning a trade properly instead of skimming it. All of that carried straight into everything I built afterwards. That's the whole point. No regrets. Because nothing you actually learn is ever wasted. Around 25, I went further and I trained in NLP with a soft selling coach. I became a salesman. I learned to sit across from another human being, hear an objection, and close the deal anyway. That skill alone paid for everything that came after it. Later, I spent time as an IBM futurist, sat down for more than 500 recorded interviews with some of the sharpest operators in business, and built a company from nothing with a co-founder and a laptop and an idea or two. None of that happened because I saved carefully. It happened because I could sell and because I kept stacking skills on top of that. No regrets, no wasted years. I also had a masterclass people never get. My father was one of Britain's leading business management experts in the 1980s, ex-MIT faculty, and the architect of a framework I still use today, the Schooler model. He built it and refined it across work with thousands of senior executives. I did not just inherit that model. I was trained in it, one by one, by the person who built it. That is the pattern behind every skill I have. Find the mentor. Do not try and figure it out alone. That's the reality about building a foundation. It's not luck. It's a stack built deliberately, skill by skill. Now, let us look at the implications if you do not wake up and change. If you keep playing defense and optimizing for safety, you will spend your entire 30s trying to play catch up. If you make $30,000 a year and save 10%, you are still broke and you are also stuck because you did not go anywhere, did not learn anything or build any skill worth paying for. But it gets worse. We are living through a massive shift. Consumer AI can generate a passable script before you've even finished your coffee. If your only value is basic, repetitive task work, you will be outrun and replaced fast. AI can write the copy, but AI cannot deliver the strategic pause that makes a high value client sign. AI cannot sit face to face and close. If you do not develop high value, deep skills, you are building your future on quicksand, chasing cheap status whilst the world passes you by. So, what do you actually need? You need to shift your entire mindset from defense to offense and build a skill stack. You need 3 foundational pillars. High income communication. I became a professional salesman before anything else, and it remains the single highest leverage skill I own. If you can look another human being in the eye and close a deal, you will never starve. Backed by real mentors, physical and mental discipline. I practice Tai Chi Neigong, and every ounce of composure I have under pressure came from a teacher, not a book or a video. That is the part people skip. You do not build discipline alone in a room. You find someone who's already done it and put yourself in front of them. The same way I did with my NLP coach at 25. The same way I did training under my father, and the same way I'm training under Stephen J. Manning at the moment. I also bought a house in rural Croatia where I live and renovating it. And I still ride a decades-old Hayabusa down the coastal roads because comfort does not build character. Discomfort does. Operational and strategic depth. You need to learn how a business actually runs, not just how to talk about one. I've spent over 10 years and more than 500 conversations with founders, operators, and experts, absorbing exactly how real businesses are built and scaled. When you combine sales, discipline, and real operational depth, you become genuinely difficult to replace. You build a life where you own your first property, make connections that last decades, and get actual freedom instead of the version of it people perform online. You have 2 choices right now. 1, you can close this video, go back to scrolling and hope you magically figure it out by the time you are 35. Or you can decide right now to stop playing defense. If you want the blueprints, the skill stacking systems, and the frameworks to fast track your growth, hit subscribe on the channel right now so you do not miss the next one. And if you want to go a step further, if you want a network of people who are actually building instead of scrolling, click the link in the description and subscribe to Monday Influencer. Stop playing safe build your stack, do it now so you never have to look back and wonder. No regrets. I'll see you in the next one.